Hey my people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Before I go further into this video, I would like to take this time out to thank each and every one of you. By you, I mean my subscribers, viewers, persons who like my video, persons who comment in the comment section, and persons who share my video. I really appreciate the love and support that you have been giving to me, and I just wanted to let you know that I am thankful for everything. Today's video will be dedicated to getting your driver's license. I know that I said I would speak to you about it, so this video is for that today. Well, I'm going to insert a photo from the Antigua and Barbuda Transport Board. This is the organization that is responsible for everything pertaining to getting your driver's permit, your driver's license, vehicle registration, and things like that. This is the organization that is responsible for that, and on their Facebook page they uploaded a photo stating the 3 things that you will need to get your driver's license. I will insert that photo either here, or I will give it a whole other screen so you can see every detail. In that photo, however, they did not state anything about getting your driver's permit, so I will go more in depth into that for you before we go on to the 3 pointers that they had. So, firstly, what is your driver's permit? Well, your driver's permit is your identification card that basically gives you the authorization to drive a vehicle, being that you're a learner. You will need a few items and documents in order to apply for your learner's permit. One of the documents that you will need is a medical certificate from a doctor stating your fitness to drive. When I went for my medical certificate, the doctor checked my heartbeat, he checked my limbs to ensure that they were working correctly, he checked my eyes to ensure that I have 20/20 vision, and those are the things that the doctor will be checking up and put it into a report so you can present to the Antigua Barbuda Transport Board showing that you are fit and ready to drive. You will also need a passport sized photo. I think it's one. You will need one passport size photo. You will also need a identification card, like an additional ID, so they can identify that this is you. So you can either walk with your social security card, your medical benefits card, your voter's ID, and I think right now they want you to present your passport when you are going. So it's preferable that you walk with your passport. Yes, if you have that as an ID, walk with that one instead of the others. But if you don't, you can walk with any of the others that I mentioned previously. You will also need to fill out this form. So this form is the driver's license or permit application, but since you're applying for your permit, you will simply check off right here, learner's permit. Hopefully you can see that well. So yes, once you already have the documents that I mentioned before, you fill out this form, then you will go to the transport board having an additional $50 with you so you can pay for the permit, because that's the fee that is attached to getting your driver's permit. So once you have everything that I mentioned, you go to transport board, pay them, you will be able to receive your driver's permit. So before going on to the rest of the video, I would just like to show you how the learner's permit look. I have about 4 of them because the learner's permit expires every 6 months, and because I didn't attempt anything pertaining to my license at the time, I had to keep renewing. So that's why I have about 4 learner's permits here. So I'm just going to show you. Yes. The next thing that you will need to do after receiving your learner's permit is to join a driving school, find a driving instructor who will teach you how to drive, teach you the rules of the road. Teach you the rules of the road. What? Teach you the rules of the road. Yes, I don't know why I get tongue-tied just now, but the Antigua and Barbuda Transport Board normally gives you a list of driving instructors that you can use or you may use if you don't have one already, and you choose which one you want to. You start, you join the school, you learn more about the road. After enrolling in a driving school, you will be, what should I say? You will then have to take your theory exam. That's the first exam you'll have to take. So the theory exam, let me get a few things here. The theory exam is basically, most of the questions are multiple choice, and what I realized is that I had to do a lot of research. My driving instructor at the time, my driving instructor at the time gave me a website that I could have gone on to practice some questions for the theory exam. I also bought this book from the Antigua and Barbuda Transport Board. Okay, there's a motorbike there. Let's see if it passes. I don't want it to make noise. Yes. So I also bought this book from the Antigua and Barbuda Transport Board, and this book is definitely worth it. It is worth the buy. It is worth the read because it's actually a good book. I think the day before I took my theory exam, I read this entire book because I was not paying much attention to this book, even though I bought it, since a lot of people told me that it didn't make any sense. Everybody's telling you to read the book, and when you go do the exam, it's not. Most of the questions from here, it's not on the exam, and I found that to be completely false. Most of the things that I read in this book came on the theory exam. It's about 85% of the questions came from this book, 85 to 95%. A lot of questions that I saw while reading this book came back. So let's just scan through the book a bit, a quick scan. It's actually an interesting book. It gives you, you know, a lot of important information when you're driving. Traffic signs, road signs at the back, hand signs that you will also need when you're going to do your practical. So this book is worth the buy. Please buy this book. Please read this book. I actually crammed, did it the night before, but if you buy the book and you read it, not just the day before the exam, you will have a better understanding of everything, not only to pass the exam, but to have with you when you become a licensed driver. When I am preparing for any exam, whether it's in school and even for this driving exam, I like to be prepared. And I consider myself as a visual learner because I read a lot. I like to take notes. I like to, write so the information stays in my mind. So I created this mini booklet, Driving Lessons 101, my name, my driving instructor at the time, and I had my little, Bible verse motto to encourage me. I hope you can see it. To encourage me every time. So in this book, I basically wrote notes that I think that would have helped me to pass. Driving signs. What does this say? Things to expect on driving. I think in the end it says test. I know this was me practicing for the theory as well. That's just who I am. I like to create these little booklets so I can be prepared and to have a visual photo in my mind. So if you're that type of learner, you can do that. If you can remember things by listening. You can just listen to videos, watch videos, and things like that. In order to pass your theory exam, you will need a percentage of 75 and over to pass. So once you get 75% and above, you have passed your theory exam. Congratulations. There is a $30 fee attached to attempting your theory exam. Um, yeah, so I had to pay $30. I'm just looking at the results here. And the receipt. I'm going to take off this receipt from here so I can show you. So I had to pay $30 to write the exam. When I went in the exam room, I was a bit nervous because I didn't know what to expect. It was my first attempt, and other than hearing stories, I had to just, I was on my own when I went in there, so I couldn't walk with anybody. You can't walk with any material. You just have to rely on what you studied and hope for the best. So let me just look at it to see if there's any information that I don't have to give up. Okay, so this is basically the exam paper, right? My name here, I'm just going to fold it here. The tick pass, because I did pass the exam, and I don't know if you can see the percentage, 83.5%. So that was my passing grade. I was a bit nervous. You don't get the result the same day. Well, I didn't. I think I did it on a Thursday. What did I have? So I did this exam the 3rd of February 2022, and I got the results. I got the results, I think that was a Thursday, and I got the results on the Monday. That is how it was. And when I saw that I passed, I was so relieved. I was so happy. I was so excited. I'm like, okay, yes. One down, two more to go. The other step that you need to take is to watch a video. That video, I thought it was, well, I didn't know what to expect because I didn't do it before. Other persons will simply tell me that you have to watch a video, but the video was about defensive driving and important tips that you can use when you become a licensed driver. This is the card, the certificate of attendance when you watch the video. So the Antigua Barbuda Transport Board, they will issue this certificate as proof that you did sit and watch the video. So after watching the video, your last step will be to take your practical exam. I did not attempt my practical exam until July. So the video module comes with a $40 fee. So you must pay $40 before you can watch the video. All right. So let us move on to the practical exam. The practical exam is the most, what should I say, nerve-wracking exam. It's like there's so much anxiety build up in you because this is the ultimate decision maker as to whether or not you can become a licensed driver. So on the day of that exam, I was really nervous. I don't know, that was on my mind for the entire day. I actually had my exam on in the afternoon, and I had to leave work to go to the place, which is the Antigua Barbuda Transport Board. We start from there and then we go on to the road. What I did to better prepare myself, to pass this exam, I did a few back-to-back classes. So I went on the Saturday. I went on the Saturday, I went on the Sunday. I didn't get the chance to go on the Monday, but I went on the Tuesday with my driving instructor to practice the reversing, because that was a challenging one for me. The reversing, I mastered the 3-point turn. I mastered like the roundabout. However, I wouldn't say I mastered it, but I had a good idea of how it should be done. And so the last day that we had our practice was the Tuesday, and so we went by the roundabout. We did a reversing at different areas, and I felt that I was prepared for that day. However, on the day when I was waiting in the parking lot for the examiner to arrive, my heart was just beating fast, fast, fast. I was so nervous. My driving instructor, he kept going over a few things with me, and I was so nervous at the time because I thought the examiner was going to come out right away. However, she didn't come out right away, so I was a bit relaxed after a while. But then she came out, and at the time when she was coming out, my body was just like already cooled down, so it didn't really build back up with nerves again. So I was really grateful for that I got to cool down a bit, and we went out. She asked me a few questions before I left, and I think I showed you guys this. This was the a paper my first driving instructor gave to me. Basically the speed limit. You will need to know the speed limit. You will need to know the 7 hand signs. You will need to know what the mirror signal maneuver means, or MSM. You will need to know what defensive driving is, and that is what you went through when you watched the video module. So all these things, she asked me a few questions before I left, and then we went on the road. I think we went on the road for about 45 minutes to an hour, and I had to reverse, I had to do a 3-point turn, I had to turn corners, I had to stop, allow persons to cross in front of me. I went to the roundabout, and then we went back to transport board. I was so nervous because I didn't know, okay, this was a solid pass. I just was not sure. But eventually I passed. Yay! I did pass the practical exam, and when the lady told me that, I was so excited, I was so happy, I was so relieved, and I was just so thankful to God for just allowing this to happen for me, because I prayed a lot about it. A lot of persons take it as nothing. I think I did about 13 driving classes with 2 instructors. I had one at first and then changed to another, and I did 13 classes in all. Some persons do it in 5 classes only and then they pass, but everybody is not the same, and that's what I want to leave with you before I end this video. Do not compare your progress with anybody else's. Even if somebody attempted the theory one time and pass, and attempted the practical one time and pass, it doesn't have to be the same for you. You may fail one. Don't be discouraged. Just try again. Just try again, try again, try again. And don't listen to the wild stories that persons tell you about it. A lot of people say it's a money-making thing. They make you fail the first time. I didn't fail. I didn't fail my practical the first time. I didn't fail, I didn't fail the theory the first time. It just has to take with your determination and you just wanting it. You putting things in place, creating your booklet, watching videos, going to enough driving classes with your instructor, so you can be confident in everything, in every area that you know that you will be marked on. So please, please, please do not measure somebody else's progress with yours when you're getting your driver's license. You take your time. You see, I did the written test and watching the video in February, and I did not get my license until July, because I was really, really, really nervous. I was just trying my best to avoid doing the practical, and I had to do it one day. I couldn't just stay home and because of fright and fear I don't attempt it. So I attempted it and I passed, and I am so happy. What I should tell you, when you pass the exam, they give you this pink paper that you will have to fill out. I will insert a photo. I didn't get a chance to take a photo with my pink paper holding it, but I did take a picture of it. I will insert that photo for you. After you have passed your practical exam, you fill this form and then you will bring it back, I think 3 business days after, in order to get your driver's license. Unfortunately, I did not get to change my photo because on the pink paper that I will insert, you can see that it says change photo because I wanted to change my photo. At the time, I had already cut my hair and things like that, and I really wanted a recent photo of me, but when I went there for the license, the machine was done and I didn't want to wait. I just really wanted my license, y'all. So I said, you know, leave the photo, I will change it eventually, but I still have the same photo as the latest permit of mine. I will show you a video of my current license, so you can have an idea of what it looks like. It looks similar to the driver's permit, but you know, it's a license, not a permit. So this is how my driver's license look. As you can see, I still have the old photo, but I will change it eventually. I left out this information. In order to attempt your practical exam, you'll have to pay $30. This is the receipt for my $30, and on the receipt you can see that it says passed road test. As I end this video, I would just like to leave a few headers, pointers, tips, whatever you would like to call it, before I end. Please, when you become a licensed driver, because I have faith in you, I know that you can do it, even though you don't do everything like a plane straight through. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to put in extra classes if you have to. It is okay to fail and try again. It's fine. Don't compare yourself to anybody else. You move at your own pace. Okay? Don't compare. Take your time. All right? When you become a licensed driver, it's important that you are very careful on the road. It's okay that you continue to follow the rules. Now, driving is a continuous learning. It's a continuous learning thing. It's not that you have reached your destination. You will continue to learn. Not everybody follow the road rules, but ensure that you do to prevent accidents. Be mindful of pedestrians, cyclists, and everybody, especially children. Be careful for them when you see persons on the pedestrian walk. Stop your vehicle, put on your hazard, put your hand out so persons can know that pedestrians will be crossing. So as I said, I insert a video of how the license will look. And please, please, please be careful. And I wish you the best of luck when you attempt all your exams. And I wish you the best of luck in passing.